In today's video, we're going to be showcasing how strong RC charge Meteor Golems are in Legends at Town Hall 18. For this army composition, you want to make sure to have the Phoenix Spiky Ball and Snake Bracelet on the King, Frosty, Action Figure and Giant Arrow on the Queen, Sneezy, Eternal Tome and Raid Gem on the Warden, the Fox, the Haste Vial and the Electro Boots on the Royal Champion. The link to this army will be down in the description. Okay guys, let's get straight into it and showcase how to utilize this attack in Legends. You want to start off with the Royal Champion charge, trying to pick off as much value as you can. Over here at the 6 o'clock side, we see a Rico Cannon, a multi-arch tower and the new Bomb Hive. We're also aiming to pick off this Merge Wizard Tower, which is going to allow us to get a lot of value early on with the Royal Champion. Now you have to remember there is no recall in this army, so you are going to allow your RC to die. So you want to pop that Haste Vial nice and early whilst you still have invisibilities. It is very important to use the Fox cycle so you can pick off as much as the base as possible. Now we're clearing out one side of the base with the Royal Champion, which is absolutely huge, which is going to allow our Meteor Golems to have a smoother pathing through the base, because it's all about pathing when you are using the Meteor Golems. You don't realistically need to get too much value with this army, but thankfully with the Royal Champion and the Invises, you can pick off massive amounts of value. A furnace behind the RC just to clean up all the buildings we did miss out on. Now we're going to start our Meteor Golems over at the 6 o'clock side, a Giant Arrow with the Queen to shoot across the base and the King. So we're using the King and the Queen over at the 9 o'clock side to clear out the left hand side of the base. The Royal Champion cleared out the right hand side of the base, and now we're pushing on in towards the middle, towards this Monolith and the Fire Spitters. We are going to be using an early totem to take care of the Monolith as well as the one Fire Spitter. We decide to overgrowth the whole core, including that Revenge Tower, which is absolutely dangerous when it comes to new Town Hall 18, so you need to be a little bit careful of that. It also allows our Meteor Golems to get a little bit further into the base to deal with the long shot. The Spiky Ball of the King doing massive work. As you can see, the heroes are still working perfectly on the outside. We're popping that Warden Eternal Tome. This is going to be keeping everything nice and healthy, completely immune to damage, and they're going to be able to power through the remainder of the base. There's not much left on this one. The Meteor Golems are just going to power through because they're so strong. The ability to throw themselves over the wall and get massive amounts of damage, and this is going to be perfect for Legends, lower, mid, high Legends. If you want to push, this is definitely one of the armies you want to be using. Okay guys, the second attack right here, let's get right into it. We're going to approach this base the exact same way we approached the base previously. RC to pick off one side of the base. We're aiming to get the multi-arch tower, this X-Bow, the Monolith, the Revenge Tower, and also this multi-gear tower right here. As you can see, the Royal Champion is going to be able to pick off a ton of value right here as well. With that Haste Vial and the invisibilities, we pick off the Revenge Tower and also this multi-gear tower, which is absolutely huge. We lure out this whole clan castle. The Invises are going to be absolutely clutch. Unfortunately, we don't get that X-Bow, but that's not too bad because we have created pathing for these Meteor Golems to push on into the base. The True Thrower is going to be helping. Giant Arrow across the base to activate the Invis Tower in the core, and this is going to be absolutely amazing right here. Meteor Golems are pushing their way through. King on the outside just to take care of all of this outside defenses, as well as potentially kill a hero on the outside. You want to always pop the Warden ability inside the middle of the base. This keeps everything nice and healthy. Of course, overgrowthing a Spitter and reducing as much damage as we can off our troops early on, as we do pop that Eternal Tome to keep everything nice and healthy. And as you can see, the Meteor Golems, even as they start to fizzle out, it's not too bad because they're going to power their way through. We still have 4 Meteor Golems alive, and this is absolutely crushing bases in Legends. Here we go guys, attack number 3 right here to showcase how powerful this army actually is. The RC walk alongside the Meteor Golems. We're bringing in the Royal Champion over at the 9 o'clock side on this one with the Invises, and of course remember, utilize that Fox Invis cycle right there because it's going to get you absolutely astronomical damage when it comes to pathing for these Meteor Golems. We pop that Haste Vial nice and early to get as much of these defenses as we can as quickly as possible. We do unfortunately find a tornado trap on this one, which does cancel out the Haste Vial, so you need to be a little bit careful. It is a little bit luck based in Legends, but you know, if you don't find that tornado trap, you're going to be absolutely fine, but the concept is still the same. Clear out one side of the base with the royal champion. The heroes are going to come in through another side. Furnace always comes behind the royal champion just to start clearing stuff up a little bit quicker, allowing that cleanup to be a little bit faster, so you don't end up time failing or wasting any time or missing a building over on the side where the royal champion has cleared everything up. Again, we are clearing one side with the RC. The heroes come in from the other side at 12 o'clock right here. Meteor Golems are going to be pushing their way in through that 10 o'clock side. The totem spells are absolutely clutch on this one because they negate any early damage coming onto your troops or your heroes. We overgrowth one side of the base where we don't want the Meteor Golems to go to, and from here it's a clean clear cut shot right towards this revenge tower, popping that warden ability nice and early, powering through the base. We still have that king ability, one more totem spell which we use to distract the revenge tower, allowing our Meteor Golems to push on through. King ability is going to be clutch on the back end most likely, where we normally do pop it, which is going to allow us to do a lot of damage to defenses, especially if the spiky ball paths the right way. But we can speed everything up right here, and as you can see, it's just going to absolutely annihilate bases. And if you want to push in legends, remember to use this army and also use code BLUE to get that extra attacking IQ. Okay guys, this is going to be the fourth and final attack. As you can see, there is absolutely insane RC charge value on this base. We can potentially get both fire spitters, but even if we manage to only pick off one, pick off a merged wizard tower as well as this scatter and export, is going to be fantastic value. We pop that haste vial nice and early because they are a little bit more heavy HP buildings that do a lot of damage as well, so managing to pick off a perfect amount of value as well. This hero bell can be a little bit annoying in legends, so you want to take that down so we remove the boost and the damage of those heroes, because we don't want to deal with extra tanky heroes that hit a lot harder than they need to, especially with already the damage multipliers in legends. But here we go, we have set a nice pathing. We didn't get this merged wizard tower, but we can send our Meteor Golems through there, which is absolutely perfect. Here comes the furnace again behind the royal champion to clean up over on the left hand side. Meteor Golems in through 10, queen and the king clearing the outside flank for these Meteor Golems to push on into the base, and that's going to allow these Meteor Golems to get in towards this town hall, potentially power their way through the core because they do jump over the walls. We do use the new totem spell, which is absolutely wonderful, by the way. It is like Skelly spell on steroids, which is absolutely perfect, and you want to use it. Overgrowthing this back end revenge tower as well as the monolith and the multi-gear, and this is going to allow us to power through this core. We're holding onto that warden ability for as long as possible until we know we need to use it where there's too much damage for these Meteor Golems, which is going to be sooner rather than later, to allow the healers to heal up these Meteor Golems again and push through the base. There we go. Once we're onto that recoil cannon in the core, there goes that warden ability, and we're now pushing on through. There is a big compartment where the monolith is, but with the power of the Meteor Golems, the king with the spiky ball on the outside did massive damage right there as well. The Meteor Golems are going to push their way through. Thankfully, the queen did pick off the minion prince right here, which is very, very nice. The phoenix there tanking for that queen also absolutely perfect. And as you can see, if you get the pathing for these Meteor Golems with the heroes on the RC, there's nothing that can stop you from getting those 3 stars and getting better in legends. But thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.